does your mom root for
Oh,
this weekend?
that's been a question that's been going around. She definitely is probably choosing me just because she's watched my dad a ton, many years. But that was definitely a conversation in the household. But yeah, it's always an interesting one for sure.
What was it like to play that game a couple weeks ago?
Oh, it was
against
awesome.
Your dad's team?
It was incredible. I want to beat everyone. Obviously, that's just the nature of the game and who I am. But it's even sweeter when you beat your dad.
Well, Chip was saying that you didn't want to go play there. Or why did you want to maybe kind of go out on your own and have that opportunity?
I always was keen on just making my own path. That was always a conversation in high school. It was like, hey, like, you could come here if you wanted to. Obviously, like, you're going to do what you want to do. And Arizona is such a historic program. Like, from the moment, like, this was an opportunity, I knew, like, this is where I would want to come. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with coming here. And it's more fun to beat him than, to play him.
Was there a no Cal stipulation?
No, there's not too much bad blood with Cal. Obviously, he coached there for quite a bit. But yeah, he kind of let me do my own thing. He's like, hey, like, I'm not gonna like let you make a bad decision, obviously. But he gave me freedom, and so obviously this is where I ended up. But there was definitely no bad blood with Cal.
Do you guys try to avoid kind of talking shop during the season because you're in the same conference?
That's a funny one because I always would hide stuff from him. Like, I wouldn't tell him like what I was doing or like what I was hitting off the machine. I wouldn't tell him. I didn't want to give him any information. But yeah, he's definitely more father, and then coach. That's a big one. I know. Like, we obviously have a great coaching staff, so like I don't need another coach to be helping me. Like, I trust in Chip. I trust in all the coaches and Toby and all those guys, and my dad trusts in them too for me. So definitely more father.
Chip said you didn't want his number either.
No, yeah, I wanted to do my own thing. I obviously before I realized he was retired, I was like number 9, just because it was one up from number 8, and he's number 8. And so the next one was number 10. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be number 10. I'll double up him.
So you redshirt the first year, and now you've gotten some time here and there. How have you adjusted to this kind of role that you have, but not necessarily knowing when you're going to get in?
I got you. I mean, it's always about winning, right? Like, obviously as a competitor, like, you kind of realize that it's you're going to do whatever it takes to help the team, right? And so obviously you can't be a selfish baseball player in a scenario like this. All you got to do is when the coaches put you in, you just give it your all, and just understanding that you can be productive in a multitude of ways. And so obviously whenever they want me in, I'm going to give 100%, and yeah, I just want to help win,
What's the conversation like in the clubhouse after a game like last night?
Well, we know that where we're headed is a good place, right? We our process is going to bring us success. We know that. Obviously, baseball's unpredictable, right? There's games like that where you get run ruled, and there's games where we run rule, like we run ruled Stanford a couple weeks ago, And as cliche as it sounds, that's just baseball, right? But we're all maintaining confidence, and we're sticking by the process that has brought us success so far. So we're not too worried. We take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, like, all of us hate losing, right? It just adds fuel to the fire.
So what is some of the best advice your father has given you about the game?
Honestly, the best advice that he can give me is to relax. I know it sounds pretty simple, but one thing is play carefree, not careless. So the difference in the two is careless is you're not focused and you don't really care, and carefree is you're playing without any fear of failure. And that's going to bring you success. And I feel like you can apply that to any facet of the game. And I feel like our team embodies that quite a bit because we're all pretty fearless and we all just do whatever it takes.
When you were coming up through the ranks as a youth baseball player, teenager, whatever, your dad is coaching, right, in college. How much involvement did he have? Was he able to find the time to coach you as well?
Growing up, pretty different than the typical, so to say, travel ball dad. He wasn't super living through my success, I guess. He wanted to help me find success, but he wouldn't get angry if I was failing or it's funny, like growing up, the only things he really cared that I would do was to play with energy and to just be supportive of my teammates. And obviously the game will teach you, right? As you get older, you get better, and that's just how it goes. But I would say that he was pretty, I'd say loose in a good way. He let me find my own way. He let me learn the lessons that I needed to learn. But he obviously helped me too. Like he was in high school really helpful for me. He helped me with just everything, hitting, throwing, fielding. Like he's been there for me the whole time. But he definitely knew when to lay off the gas.
As a youngster, freshman, how do you best support your teammates?
It's just whatever role you're in, do the best you can do. So whether you're on the bench and you might get a pinch hit late in the game when they need you, you just got to be supportive. You got to be loud. You got to bring energy no matter what. Or if you're on the field, picking up another teammate, then you're gonna make every play you should make and make an impact in the box. I think it depends role to role. But whatever it is, you just got to make sure that you're doing whatever it takes.
Were you at the 21 World Series when both Stanford and Arizona were there?
I believe I was. Okay. Yes. Those were interesting ones because I wasn't yet committed to Arizona, and so obviously at that point I was cheering for Stanford, but definitely not anymore. And it would be fun to bring it back to them.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you guys.